All right, everybody, you know what time it is. It's time for the Real Talk Sports Show coming up right now. Bam! We're here. Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, the Minister Jonathan Simmons, and we welcome you back to another live broadcast of the Real Talk Sports Show. And of course, anytime we do the show, you know I have one of the most beautiful women on the media anywhere dealing with sports. The queen herself, the lovely Miss Tree Dolman, is in the building. Welcome back.
Hello, how are you? And thank you. You're so kind.
We're excited here. We're back another week end of sports. A lot of good stuff going on, and we're here.
We are. It's so much going on in sports.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty awesome. I was busy working all weekend. I had a good weekend. How was yours?
I was working. Yeah, I did the same thing. I did some work, actually, real work. I actually went into my office, and I can't remember if I sold a car. I think I did sell a car, which is always good, and did a couple of little housekeeping things. And then Sunday, just kind of hung out with my daughter, and we did some Netflix binging. So
that sounds good.
No, it was good. Yeah, so we both have a mutual addiction for East Asian nighttime soap operas. So we get into like the stuff from like the 1400s, the samurais, and yeah, we're into all that stuff. So,
oh, cool. Well, I was able to watch. I don't know if you've heard of Jason Taylor's foundation, but he has a foundation and he teamed up with Blue Apple Poetry and Omari Hardwick, and they put on the Louder Than a Bomb Florida competition.
Okay.
Phenomenal. So if you ever want to see some great poetry, which the poetry is slamming, you may want to check out their YouTube channel. It's pretty fire.
Yeah, I got to check them out. So, back in the day when I was working for the Infiniti dealership, I actually did a lot of stuff with entertainment. And so we actually had a chance to meet Amare, I guess about maybe 6 or 7 years ago, where he was one of the featured guests at the Bronze Lens Film Festival here in Atlanta. We actually let him use an Infiniti for the weekend. So a lot of people don't know he's originally from here in this area. I think he's from Decatur area. So played here at the University of Georgia, played football. So, yeah, we hung out for the weekend. I got a chance to hang out with the star. Very cool guy. Yep. So I definitely got to check it out.
Yes.
Definitely got to check it out. Let's look at what we're going to talk about tonight. We got a lot of great topics up. Let's flash them up here and let's see here. We're going to talk tonight about the Braves' slow start. Should we panic? Should we worry? Hawks continue their winning ways without most of their key starters, including now Trae Young out. So that's going to be interesting to see how they go about their business without him. Also, looking at the high school football spotlight is Jonesboro Tuesday. The Jonesboro Cardinals will be in the house. And we got some breaking news. Buffalo Bills become the first teams to mandate that if you're going to watch a game, you must have proof of a vaccine. And so we're going to ask people the question, is that going to make a difference for you, whether you get the vaccine or not, if more and more sports teams do that? So very interesting.
Yes.
And we're going to start right off the bat talking about the Atlanta Braves. Have you been checking the Braves out? It's been kind of topsy-turvy. Everybody thinks they're going to the series, and so far I think they're 4-6 right now.
Yeah, I haven't really watched the Braves much. I've been watching the Hawks. But I still think that the Braves will get it done. Slow start, which is okay. I'm not concerned with the slow start. We already know it's not how you start, it's how you finish. As long as they continue to start building, that's what's important.
Yeah, and definitely I'm the same way. I mean, it's all about getting hard at the end. We're going to be a gentleman that covers the Braves, and he covers lots of sports. He also covers a lot of things in pop culture. Mr. Brian Jones is back with us. Brian, welcome back, sir.
Always great to be back. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. And yourself?
Doing good. Hanging in there.
Ryan, talk to us a little bit about the Braves. Should we be panicking with this bumpy start so far? A couple of games under 500.
No, because there's 151 games to go, and even though it was a slow start to begin with, where they started 0-4, they won 4 of their next 5, and the game on Sunday ended with a lot of controversy where the Phillies player clearly didn't touch the plate, and the replay indicated that he didn't touch the plate, but they still didn't overturn the call. And that's something that Major League Baseball has had a problem with ever since they put in replay, and that's something they're going to have to address moving forward. In the game yesterday, it was just a frustrating performance all around. After Huascar Ynoa's performance as a starting pitcher, gave up only 1 run in 6 innings of work. The bullpen struggled at the end, and the Braves ended up losing that game in extra innings. The way that they're losing these games, it's just little things they have to clean up. And I think offensively, they have to change some things when it comes to their starting lineup, which they did tonight. So with Freddie Freeman, instead of him batting third, he's batting second. They dropped Ozzie Albies down from second to fifth. I think Marcell Ozuna is batting third instead of cleanup. So this was kind of the similar lineup that they went with last year, and where they were the top scoring offense in all of Major League Baseball. So Brian Snitker, the Braves manager, he's doing some little things to clean some stuff up. But even though with the slow start, it's going to look, this team is going to be different this time next month, or even 2 months from now. So it's really nothing to worry about.
Yeah, certainly everybody is saying all the right things. Yeah, nothing to worry about. We have a long season, and we do have a long season. Even former Braves great Dale Murphy said the same thing. This shift in the lineup, what do you think Snitker is trying to do as far as kind of turn the lineup? Is it just a cosmetic thing, or is there a strategy that you think he's trying to do by shifting these guys around a little bit?
Well, I think some of it has to do with Ozzie Albies struggling a little bit. Really, the only consistent hitter the Braves have so far this season is Ronald Acuna. He's leading the league in hitting with over a 447 batting average. He had a really strong performance last night where he went 1 for 2, had a triple, 3 walks. So I think they're just trying to build around him. And again, this is similar to what the lineup was last year, where you're getting your 2 best hitters in Acuna and Freeman as many at bats as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if they make another change where they would have the pitcher bat 8th, and then someone like whether it's another player bat 9th, just to change things up a little bit more. But it just gives them a little spark, and they're able to do that in this game where they scored 3 runs in the first inning. Marcell Ozuna got his first home run of the year, and Ozzie Albies also hit a homer. So I think this is going to be the lineup moving forward, unless this lineup continues to struggle. But again, this was something that worked last year, and the Braves are hoping the same magic can work again in 2021.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is a team, when you look at it, it appears to still have a lineup that I think that is one of the best lineups in Major League Baseball. I mean, once these guys, start to hit it all, the Braves should be in great shape. Tell me really quickly, how does the pitching look to you so far?
Well, it's interesting because Max Fried was predicted to be just a top guy, just right behind Mike Soroka, who's still dealing with some injuries, and he'll probably be back next month, but we're not sure. But Max Fried is struggling a little bit. He's struggling in this game where he gave up 3 runs in the top of the second, and he just hasn't looked like the guy that you saw last year. But overall, the pitching has been solid. The bullpen, even though they struggled last night, has been pretty solid for the most part. It's a little bit different because you don't have Mark Melancon as your closer. So you're working with a couple of different guys. Will Smith is dealing with the injury. Sean Newcomb actually looked really good in the bullpen. So hopefully that can continue. But overall, it's been solid. Hopefully once they get Mike Soroka back, they'll be able to get back on track. But Huascar Ynoa, I think he surprised every one of his 2 starts, where he has 15 strikeouts in 2 games. He's really solidified that number 5 starter in the rotation. So they're just going to press along and move forward. But I'm really just interested to see how Max Fried can progress and fight through the struggles that he has right now.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to watch. I think the Braves, again, are a team that is on the road to reaching the World Series. So we're going to be calling on you frequently, sir, to give us an update on what's happening with the Atlanta Braves. We're going to do this, Brian. We're going to take a little shift because we got a lot of people on deck. So we're going to have you hang on just for a second as we shift into some basketball. We know the Final Four is done. You see, I'm trying to, support the Queen. She is a Michigander. So today I'm wearing the blue and the yellow. So I want to give her, a support. And also I have a young man that's hanging out here in the green room. Also a Michigander. Guy has just come back from his whirlwind tour of covering March Madness. We call him our own basketball savant. Mr. Deshaun Tate is in the building. Sir, are you there?
Tate.
I am, and thank you guys so much for having me. I see Brian Jones doing a great job as always, and Tree, Miss Dolman looking as beautiful as always. Brother Simmons always looking tight, always making his fashion statement and whatnot. And thank you guys so much for having me on the program.
Well, look, man, it's good to be here. So you heard Brian talking about the Braves, young team. He feels that this is a team that should go places. So what do you think about our Atlanta Hawks? I know Tree has been watching them, and she might even have a question for you. Tree, hit Deshaun up with what you've seen so far with our Atlanta Hawks.
Well, I've been loving what I've been seeing with the Hawks. What do you think about the Hawks?
Yeah, I like to try and tread lightly and walk on eggshells intentionally. Sometimes I don't like to speak too loud because as soon as I start talking about how well they're doing for the past 14 years, with the exception of maybe 1 year, which was a 60-win season team. It just, I always tell people all the time that for the fan base, it's always good to have low expectations, set the bar low in terms of the expectations, even though the players definitely realize what they have up against them, in front of them, rather, and that's to make it to the playoffs, no exceptions. But they like that they're on track to do that, and obviously we all see significant differences after the coaching change has been made. Still got the injuries lingering out there. I think Cam Reddish is going to take probably another 2 weeks until he's reevaluated. Right now, just kind of, doing jump.
Well, looks like we got a little technical difficulties with Deshaun. I think he was telling us that, this Braves team, and Brian, I know you've seen them, Tree, you've seen them. To me, the biggest key to this team is how well they've played missing starters. Key starters like DeAndre Hunter and like Trae Young. I mean, that to me has been a big shock for me, how well their second team has played.
It really has been fabulous watching them because one thing that you see is that they're fighting. In these games, they are not giving up. They fight, and they finish. And that's what I love to see. They're playing great defense. They're getting rebounds, which I think makes a big difference in any game. But the big key is that they're playing defense and they're fighting. And I'm loving what I'm seeing with the Hawks.
Brian, how about you? I know you've been kind of zoomed in on the Braves now at the season start. What has been your quick peek from afar looking at this Hawks team?
When the season first started for the Hawks, I just thought their goal was to try to get into the playoffs because you're not sure how the Eastern Conference was going to go, and just try to give that first round opponent fits before they advance to the second round. Now they're in a position where they could be hosting a playoff series in the first round. I think once they made the change to where Nick McMillan is the head coach, I think that's when things started to turn around for him. I still think this team is still centered around Trae Young. If he does well, then the Hawks are normally going to do well. If he doesn't, then they're going to struggle. But it's really been impressive considering, as you mentioned, they're missing a bunch of starters throughout the year with the number of injuries, and they've been still able to find success. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they do in postseason play. It will be Trae Young's first appearance in the playoffs, and I know a lot of eyes nationally are going to be looking at him because of his comparison to Luka Doncic. So I'm really intrigued to see how they do in postseason play.
Let me see if I got Deshaun's mic back up and running. Deshaun, are you there, buddy? All right,
we can't hear you.
We're still. Let's see here. Deshaun, try it one more time. Let's see if we can get that mic up. Yep. He said pause for a second. All right. Well, speaking of pause, we'll do this. We'll go to a station break here. We appreciate all those of you who are watching here, the Real Talk Sports Show. Keep it locked right here for more. Don't go nowhere. Please don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
This is OJ Howard with Real Talk Sports.
What's up, guys? This is Tim Tebow. You're listening to Real Talk Sports.
This is Charles Woodson. Let me grab the mic. You ready? This is Charles Woodson with Real Talk Sports. Hey, it's your boy JB Smooth with Real Talk Sports.
Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Well, check out Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We have one of the largest inventories in our area for both new and pre-owned vehicles, so we're sure to have something for everyone. Family owned and operated since 1982, customer satisfaction is our number one priority. Come see our full lineup of vehicles and find the one that best fits you. Give us a call today, 678-726-5739, or shop us 24/7 online at allenvigilford.net. All right, we're back. You're listening in and watching the Real Talk Sports Show. I want to give a big shout out and thanks to those of you who are letting me share from back in my hometown, the Washington Forge Reunion Group. Guys, you know our poor project that we grew up with has now been knocked to the ground. So I appreciate you guys for staying tuned with an old G from the neighborhood and from my old alma mater, my high school. Brian McMahon High School has a Facebook page. Thank you for letting me share it on your page as well. With his mucho thanks to you all. Well, we're going to wrap this up real quick. Brian, I think you hit it on the head. You talked about, you got two young teams in the Atlanta area that are really doing good stuff. And let me see if I can go to Deshaun real quick before we shift over to our, it's Jonesboro High School Tuesday. Let's get Deshaun back. Deshaun, are you there, sir?
Yeah, can you hear me? Is that a little bit
better?
Oh,
we can hear you now.
You're loud and clear, yeah.
Sorry.
Woo, let me get my yellow shades on.
No, I got yeah. I think it's because of me because I'm bright enough. But listen, I got my brother over here reading the line talking about when are you going to talk about the Hawks? Dude, I'm talking about the Hawks right now. You're interrupting everything. So
right.
No, but in terms of the Hawks, I mean, listen, they're doing exactly what we kind of somewhat expected them to be doing. If I'm being quite honest, a lot of people consider it to be maybe not necessarily a year late, but a year later. But everything is working on its own time. So from that standpoint, I still don't think that we've seen the best of this team yet. No. And the reason why I say that is because we haven't seen this team all together just yet. From the players that they acquired during free agency to the players that they made trades for, Lou Williams is not impossible to have gotten acclimated with this team just yet, nor the head coach who's still in the interim position, and still so many young pieces and the guys are out right now. So I think that I hate the term "the sky's the limit" sometimes, especially when there's footprints on the moon. But I will say enough to say that this is a team that definitely is trending in the right direction. I'm not sure that anybody will argue that. Big time game against Toronto tonight. Got the a really strong team in the East Conference in Milwaukee that's going to be coming in a couple of days as well. So they're going to have their hands full, but I think that it's more than doable to coming away with adding a number to the left side of the result column.
All right. I know both you and Brian are both trying to be on the show. I got one eye on the game, so I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. Deshaun, tell people how they can find out more about you, website, social media, stuff. The floor is yours.
Thanks, and I do appreciate it. At Take Hoops on social media, TATESTAKEHOOPS on all social media platforms. Got a really awesome podcast. I like to think of it as the best, the most entertaining, the most educational, and the most informational basketball content on the planet in the form of a podcast. You always have a voice here at Tate's Take. Find it anywhere that you find your favorite podcast. Don't save the conversation for the local barbershop, and don't save the conversation for the local sports bar. So please go and subscribe. We always have really awesome guests. Never know who you're going to get. Earlier today, we had George Lynch with a very, very I guess, interesting take on the now head coaching job that was taken over for Roy Williams by Hubert Davis, and some of the words or some of the comments that were made during his press conference from someone who was there. So I think that that's pretty interesting. So please go and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your mama, tell your grandmama, tell your baby mama. I do appreciate you giving me the floor and sharing this space with me on your awesome program. Thank you very much.
He called out baby mama and everything. He said just basically
Everybody.
whoever y'all watch it. We definitely want to check out that podcast because George Lynch, a former Tar Heel himself, also him doing great stuff with HBCU sports. So thank you for talking to us about that, sir. Until the next time, God bless. All right, Brian Jones, the floor is yours.
As always, I appreciate it. I'm the sports and entertainment writer for popculture.com. You can find my work at popculture.com or popculture.com/sports. Got some good stories coming up. I'm interviewing AJ Francis, a former NFL player turned WWE superstar in training. He's actually going to host a new WWE show called WWE Most Wanted Treasures, which is going to start airing on A&E this Sunday night, so be sure to check out that story coming up this weekend. I'm also interviewing Olympic athlete Ryan Murphy. He's a 3-time gold medalist. I'm interviewing him right after AJ Francis, so that story should be coming out next week. So again, popculture.com/sports. You can also follow me on Twitter. That's at Brian Jones _PC. I also have a podcast. It's Always Football Season. You can find that wherever you get your podcasts. And I have a Facebook page for the podcast. You can go to facebook.com/Always Football Season. And you can follow me on Twitter. That's at Brian _L_Jones.
There you go right there, guys. And you see I got it up on the screen so you can see it. It's also his Instagram handle. IG is also at Brian _L_Jones. Brian, appreciate you, man, and we look forward to having you back whenever you can, as always.
Always a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Yes, sir. Brian Jones, I mean, the guy, he got a lot going on. And
listen, can I tell you, I love the name of his podcast, Always Football Season. If that's not the perfect title for a podcast, oh my goodness, I don't know what is.
And I know, anytime we talk about football, you down with the cause. So we already know that. Yeah. We already know. Well, speaking of that, that's why we have decided last month to actually have a featured week each and every month devoted to one of the top high schools located right down the road from us, Jonesboro High School. So the second Tuesday of every month is Jonesboro Tuesday. So first of all, we're going to bring on the head coach of this program. Coach Timothy Floyd is in the building. Coach, how are you, sir? I see him waving. Let's see if we can unmute him here. Let's see if we got. There we go.
Yeah, my fault.
There we go. Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, good to see you, Coach.
Good to see you all too, and always thanks for having us.
All right, and I think you have one member of your staff who's like the social media guru. Like we be seeing him everywhere. Coach Serp is in the building. What's up, sir?
What's up? What's up?
Man, listen, Coach, you know what to do when you got this man on your staff. Now, I know he coaches up the fellas, but doggone, he be coaching up that social media too, sir.
I try.
Yeah, he's most definitely doing a good job on it because, I might go on there 2 or 3 minutes a month and wait another month.
Actually, have you ever had a chance to check out Coach Syrup? I mean, you got to follow him because he's like all over Twitter, Instagram, anything going on, anytime the player signed, Coach Syrup is bam, he's on it.
I have not, but I do have to check it out.
Yep.
It's good though that he's getting them out in social media and making sure that he posts all the good news going on with their program.
Yeah, he does a good job. And Coach, I think you have some players in the building with us also. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, it's a very special group this evening.
All right, let's see if we can go around the horn here. I think we have young Mr. Walker. Am I reading that right? Let's pop him on the screen. Sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
There he is. All right, and let's go down here. And I think we have Mr. Dominic Kellings, I think. Let's see if I can get him on the screen. Young man, are you there?
Yes, sir.
There he is. All right, let's go down here. We got some more fellas in the green screen here. Hold on a second. I think I got one more. I think we got Mr. Marcus is in the building. Marcus, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Oh, we got the whole contingent in the building.
The offensive line guys right here tonight. Coach Syrup group.
Y'all know how to move them out?
Yeah.
Well, anytime Tree that Jonesboro's in the building, social media starts to light up. So let's go here on the social media on Twitter. We got, I think that's Donna Campbell or Carmichael giving you guys a big shout out. there she is right there. And also we got see, I don't have my glasses. Y'all gotta help me.
Who is Big O?
Yep.
Who is Big O?
I'm not sure who Big O is. That's one of y'all. It's not me. I got kind of skinny lately, so we got Jamari's in the building. Lots of support here for Jonesboro High School. As you can see, social media is just all over the place popping. There's Miss Valerie's in the building. We got young Miss Trailers in the building. So appreciate the big love.
Dominique, it's your birthday.
Huh?
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get my stuff right. Okay. All right. Let me check it. 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right. There we go. All right, that's
Excellent job.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry. That's about as turn up as the OG can get. I'm sorry. I couldn't do better for you. Well, listen, first of all, Tree, what I know you kind of have watched these young men. We've had them on the show. What are some of the things that have intrigued you about the way they went about their business? You might even have some questions for them.
Yes, I just want to know pretty much, this is the offensive line. Tell me what you guys have been up to in order to make your line better. First of all, I must say I love the coordination with the shirts that you guys are wearing. It's little things like that a lot of people don't realize is the things that you do off the field that really makes a big difference on the field. So kudos to you all for that. But just tell me, what have you guys been up to that you've been preparing to make your team better with the offensive line?
We've been working hard, you know what I'm saying, sticking together. We go out to eat sometimes. That's a little family with the O-line. We work hard, don't take no days off.
Yeah, we go to this trainer like once a month. We see him, he get us right.
I love it.
Let's see if we can bring him.
Trainer, getting you guys right, getting you ready. What about you, Marcus?
Like Dominique said, we just been working through the spring. We just started map drills today. So, yeah.
Well, so now you guys have a scrimmage coming up. When's your first scrimmage, Coach?
May 20th at Eagles Landing Christian Academy.
Y'all coming out the box.
Yes, sir. Thursday evening at 6:30.
Now, you guys playing this at home or away?
Away.
Okay. All right. So you need to tell people that they need to come on over to Elka and give y'all some support.
Yep. Come and check us out at Elka. The Majestic Cardinals band will be there. And I believe the cheerleaders will be there with us. And Cardinal Nation to be there as well.
Yes, sir.
Well, y'all sound serious. Let's go back to social media here. And we got plenty of people just popping in here. We're going to go through the comments. Hopefully you guys can see them all. And y'all say y'all going to have to help me because I left my glasses in the car. But we got Carlos. He's giving y'all mass shout-outs all over the place. You guys can see them all on here. I think that's Barbino, if I'm reading that right.
Takes the village.
Yep. You got the whole crew. Everybody's jumped in here, giving you guys lots of shout-outs here on social media. And, you know, it's got to make you guys feel good, right, to see all these people coming on. They're on YouTube. They're on different things, supporting you guys while you're on our program.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, Coach, what are some of the things that you guys have kind of put into place? Coach Sherp, I'm going to talk to you since it's your O-line. What are some of the things that you put into place now that we're out of the COVID restrictions to make sure that these guys are ready to go, especially facing such a tough opponent as your very first scrimmage?
Well, starting when we, had the COVID come around, we had to, have COVID guidelines. So make sure, they wear their masks, make sure they are taking care of themselves. Also, they're around their family. Just making sure that, we can practice through the week and also perform on Friday night. So we're doing the same thing now where we, like you said, we just started mat drills. We're making sure we still doing COVID guidelines, make sure we, we staying safe too as coaches also. So just, staying safe and trying to enjoy the game at the same time.
Well, I like to hear that, man, because these are the kind of things that, like I said, especially coming out of the COVID, that you guys can really kind of put things into place. And now, as y'all can see, I can see what I'm doing now. let's go ahead here to the Coco Cover Girl. She said, "Ooh, line." So get it. Tree, seems like the ladies are from Jonesboro. They like you. They like the old line because the old line got to clear it out.
Old line. Gotta make a way. Get that hole open.
See,
This is that Jayhawk.
Yeah.
So now, have you guys got a chance? Ask the players now. Have you guys had a chance to watch film on Elka to kind of see what they're about as you get ready for the scrimmage? And I think I'm gonna go to Mr. Walker first. Have you had any chance to look at any film or anything?
We haven't seen any film, like we haven't watched that as a team, but I've seen a couple of clips on YouTube.
Okay. All right, and Dominic, how about you?
Same thing. I ain't get a chance to watch it on Huddle or anything, but I seen a couple clips on YouTube, like Rodney said.
And Marcus?
Basically the same thing. The same
And what
thing
have you got?
and Dominic said.
And what have you guys seen as far as looking at this team as you get prepared? What's kind of stood out to you being an old lineman? Anything in particular? I'll go for actually, Coach. I ask you. I mean, you like I said, you got a game plan for these guys. What's some of the things that kind of jump off the page for you as you watch some of the YouTube clips and even maybe some of their film?
Well, I haven't watched them, but I saw them in the playoffs last year. I know they got a few guys coming back, and their defensive line coach is actually Jonesboro alumni, and he was actually the defensive player of the region when he was at Jonesboro. And I know he's going to have them playing with a lot of energy, and they're going to be well coached. So they're going to get after it, and I know he have them playing fast.
Coach Sir, what about you? Have you had a chance to watch them either in person since they're not too far away, or have you had to watch some stuff on YouTube?
Not really yet. Like Coach said, we know already, that they're coached up well, know that they, are in the playoffs or have been in the playoffs recently. Just ready to come out and, face an opponent just like we do another time, just ready to come out and, stop beating up on ourselves.
There you go. Let's go back to social media again here. Big shout out. They said it's Jonesboro against everybody. We don't care who you are. It's Jonesboro in the building. Big shout out from Reginald Carmichael for Coach Sir. And I think this is One Young Brondo. I think that's what it is. Giving some emojis out to you guys. So, it's got to make you guys again.
Emoji.
Yep. Got a lot of emojis out there. Yes, sir. So, Tree, you've been involved from the coaching end. How important is it for these young men to get this kind of support that we're seeing? This is just the tip of the iceberg here on social media as they head to the season.
Getting support is everything. And I love that whenever they come on, the community stands behind them and the community lets them know, hey, we're here supporting you. And I'm pretty sure that the games are packed as well, because a lot of times as athletes, we feed off of that energy that the crowd gives us. So I'm so happy that they get the support from the community because that's what they need.
Yeah, no doubt. It's good stuff. And like I said, every time you guys come on, it's like turn up city. I mean, people come from all over the place to jump in, to give you guys shout outs on social media. So I appreciate you. Especially we appreciate all those of you who are watching and listening also on WIGO, just the audio only. So we're going to take a quick little break. You're listening to the Real Talk Sports Show here on Atlanta's Incredible Radio, on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, and on Periscope, aka Twitter. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere, please. Thank you. Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions, or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net. The day has arrived. It's time to let more people know about your business. You have the right marketing plan and the messaging in place. But do you have the right messenger? Good advertising and promotions need a professional sound so the message can be clearly understood. Don't leave your brand image to chance. Let our team of voiceover experts at CME lend you a hand. Give us a call at 678-304-8121 to find out how we can partner with you to give your business its voice. Everybody, you're back here. We are back with the Real Talk Sports Show, and this is Jonesboro Tuesday. We got Jonesboro High School in the building. We get everything wrapped up here, and I'm going to try to bring back young Mr. Marcus. His mic went out for a second. Camera went out. Let's see if I can get him back in there. Marcus, you there, sir?
Yeah, my school laptop keeps saying the page is responding, so I'm gonna just join through my phone. Hopefully it worked through this.
No, you're doing good, brother. You right there. Well, listen, before I let you guys go, I always like to have some great guests and co-hosts here on the show that can hopefully encourage you guys. So I'm gonna bring him on a little bit early. This young man is a guy that's already walked your path. Went on to play at Fort Valley State. Became one of the handful of guys in the last 20 years to come from an HBCU to be drafted in the first round. He is a two-time Super Bowl champion with the Patriots, Mr. Tyrone Poole. We're going to slide him on into the building. Tyrone, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am. How you doing, fellas? How's everybody doing? Greetings to the Queen Tree. Always giving homage, ladies first. Guys second. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Well, fellas, just as you heard, this young man that really has, a legendary career, high school. I think are you originally from Georgia, Tyrone?
Yes, I am. LaGrange, Georgia. Everybody know about LaGrange High School football. If you are a historian of Georgia football, LaGrange, Valdosta, those were the schools spitting out athletes like water coming through a faucet.
There you go. Well, guys, I want you to see and hear from Tyrone because, like I said again, it was 20 plus years ago. He was getting coached up by his coaches, going through whatever it took, and he honed what God gave him as a gift, and he was able to matriculate it on. So, Tyrone, give these guys a few tips on, as they get ready right off the bat to face one of the top teams in the state with Eagles Lane Christian Academy. What can they do now, come off this COVID, to kind of get themselves ready to, do well in their final years?
Well, if I could give you anything, I can give you a lot of things, but I give you 3 P's and 3 C's. PCs. All right. The P's, whatever you do, I don't care if it's sports, if it's in life, it's yourself, whatever it is, you're not going to get the best out of it if you don't bring passion. You got to bring passion. You got to be passionate. And passion is a strong emotion or feeling. So do you have a strong passion for what you're doing? Getting up in the morning, just getting out of the bed, you should do it with passion. You should be passionate. Your work in school, you should be passionate about it. Never do anything just to do it. Whatever you do it to get results, okay? The second one is you got to prepare. Preparation. Preparation is basically making something ready for use. You're making your mind, your body, your spirit ready for use. What you do, the sport you play, is not who you are. You are an athlete, athletically, you are gifted to play that sport. But so when somebody asks you, who are you? Well, I'm a football player. No, you're not a football player. You're not a basketball player. You're not a baseball player. That's what you do. Who are you? Well, I'm athletic. I'm intelligent. I'm humorous. These are the things, the qualities that make you. So you have to prepare yourself to make yourself ready. And the last one, you got to have partners. You got to have people basically who have a common interest in what you have. And you guys may not be the same, but you guys are going in the same direction. Okay. And the 3 C's, you got to have confidence. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe that you can do it no matter what. And you got to have courage. You got to have courage. You can't be scared. And the last C, you got to do it consistently. If you want to win, you got to do it consistently. So if you do anything consistently, you don't have to worry about who your opponent is. Because your opponent need to be worried about you because you're going to be consistent. It's just like in the classroom. teachers know who are the A students. They're gonna make A's every time because they're consistent in their preparation and they are passionate. They have the right partners. They are confident in themselves. They are courageous and they do it consistently. So the PCs, fellas, use that and you can accomplish anything.
The social media was eating all that stuff up. Well said. We got Miss Valerie Killen. She's talking about the O-line and coaches. Great job. Edward Crooks talking about clear the line, go Jonesboro. Johnny Lundy giving a shout out to Jordani Walker Jr. And Miss Valerie, she picked up everything. She said, be passionate, preparation, have partners. So clearly all the Jonesboro backers are with you, brother, and it seems that they're with this team.
That's it. Go get
There
it.
it is right there. You got it right there because you got the 3 C's: confidence, courage, and consistency. Well, brother, it seems like you got something that will hunt, and everybody's talking about the fact that it's very, very important to pass this down. The tree does the same thing every week. I know you coaches do it, but we want to just kind of reinforce all the things that your coaches are teaching you because, you know, you look at here, you look at us, especially look at me, because I'm the oldest guy in the group, being an OG. You know, I stumbled upon my high school yearbook. And I said to myself, first of all, I was surprised that the book didn't fall apart in my hands. But the thing I noticed is that this guy right here, if I popped up a picture from me back in the day, that was my look right there. That was it right there.
Whoa.
Yeah, I had that look. But see, my fro was a little bit bigger than yours, bro. I had about double that height right there. I had the mushroom master. I had like this. Poof. I wasn't playing, bro.
Had to pat it down.
Hey, I had to keep it like a, you know, and when I pat it, I kind of like roll it back like this. It would come like a perfect moon glow like this, bro. So y'all know nothing about that. Let me step back. But I said to say this, that all of us at some point walk down your path. You just don't wake up one day and be 40, 50, 60 years old. You have to do the same thing. We went to high school. We dealt with these things. And so these people that we get a chance to bring on, like Miss Dolman and Tyrone, people who have played, you know, Miss Dolman, she doesn't talk too much about it, but she won multiple state championships. I think 3 state when she was in high school, both in volleyball, basketball, and she was a volleyball star. And could have got T1 scholarships in either way, but she just loved volleyball.
Yeah,
So,
I did have Division I scholarships in both sports. I just chose not to take the basketball ones.
So as you can see, guys, all these people are basically reinforcing the same thing that Coach Serp and Coach Floyd be telling you every week. I know sometimes you be tired of hearing it, feel like, man, this thing is whack. But if y'all can follow these instructions and just kind of deal with it, man, you'd be surprised. You'll notice even when you get to college, you know, no matter where you guys going. Another thing too, congratulations, kudos to all you guys that have gotten letters from different schools. I don't care how small the school is. Everybody can't go D1. Main thing, you guys want to get education. And
Can I add something, man? You got me motivated. I'm just motivated moment here. These
Go ahead, sir.
You know, guys, you know, I'm at Clark Atlanta, coaching there. You know, I was honored to be back in the HBCU arena. But this is what I tell my defensive backs. Well, what I've learned, it's not where you go. It's what you do where you are. Okay. I always use the singer, the actor, Tyrese. You know, those who know Tyrese's path, man, he was on a Coca-Cola commercial. He just, however he got that Coca-Cola commercial, next thing you know, this dude is making albums. He's in movies. So if you got a talent, it doesn't matter where. You just need to make sure you plant yourself where you can grow. Now, that doesn't mean Alabama. That could mean Miles College. That could mean Clark Atlanta. You just want an opportunity to plant your seed so you can water it, nurture it every day, and make it grow. Now, I'll leave you guys with this short story that I gave them. I talked to them about the lion. You got to have a lion's mentality, no matter what you do, not just sports. Again, I'm talking about life. You got to have a lion's mentality. What do I mean by a lion's mentality? The lion, if you look at it, the lion is the king of the jungle. That's what they say. All right. Why is the lion the king of the jungle? Okay, it's not the biggest. It's not the biggest. The hippopotamus, the elephant is bigger. One crushing of the elephant foot could just destroy the lion. The giraffe is the tallest. The lion is not the smartest. But you know what makes the lion the king of the jungle? Is mentality. the mentality. You got to have the mentality of a champion. It don't matter where you are, what you're doing. When that lion looks at that elephant, he don't see size. He sees lunch. I'm hungry. And the lion with his mentality believes that it can eat that elephant. It don't look at its size. Now the elephant is bound by its mentality. It's big, but when it looks at the lion, it becomes scared. And it says, "Ooh, this lion is aggressive. It's gonna eat me." So again, I can go over that story. There's more to it, but you guys got the undergirding of it. It's a mentality, fellas. So don't let nobody tell you nothing. You are the only one that can mess yourself up, the person that you look at every day in the mirror. So it starts with a mentality. You got to know who you are. I'm telling you.
That's right. That's like the quote that I love. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you're right. It's just like what Tyrone said. It's all in your mind. It's the mentality. That is everything.
Well, guys, there it is. And everybody's on social media just giving you lots of encouragement. Ms. Valerie says she's proud of you, all the parents. And also, they said, thanks for showing the love to the big guys up front. We appreciate y'all. We wanted to, because listen, even the Falcons will tell you, if you don't have an O-line, you're in trouble. That's why Matt Ryan been running all his life. He's been running. He said, man, please help me out. Please. Everything spins off of you guys. So, man, basically, I know that y'all don't get the love of player of the week and offensive player of the week, but guarantee this, if y'all don't block and open them holes, nobody else is winning them awards as offensive player of the week. It starts with you guys first. So y'all keep up the good work. Be proud, man, of what you do. Listen to your coaches. And, I think that you got nothing but great things ahead of you.
That's why we get syrup shots.
Well, listen, I'm gonna do this real quick. Coach Syrup, I know you got the lineup of how people can follow you guys on social media. I'm gonna let the floor be yours for a second. Let people know how they can find out about Jonesboro High School.
All right, you can follow us on Facebook at Jonesboro High, on Instagram at JHS Cardinal Football, and also on Twitter at JHS Cardinal FB, and also our recruiting page, Recruit J Borough FB.
There you go, right there. Jonesboro Cardinals are in the house. They have their first spring scrimmage game. They're actually traveling not too far down the road, facing one of the best teams in Atlanta over the last, I say, decade or so. But nobody's scared of that. Eagles Landing Christian Academy will be hosting Jonesboro. Give us the date one more time, fellas. Date. We should do it in church. Date, place, and time. Give that to us one more time.
May 20th at Eagles Landing Christian Academy at 6:30. That's Thursday evening at 6:30.
Thursday Night Live, boys. Be out there at Eagles Landing. It's going to be on and popping. First scrimmage right off the bat as Jonesboro's going to test their mettle. And Elka's the same thing. They're going to see what they got right away against a very, very spirited Jonesboro team. Listen, fellas, we appreciate you for joining us, and we look forward to having y'all back again real soon.
Appreciate you for having us.
Remember, guys, second Tuesday is Jonesboro Tuesday. Y'all keep it locked right here. All right, we'll be back, guys, with more of the Real Talk Sports Show. We're going to take a little bit of break, and but don't go nowhere, please. Thank you. Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Well, check out Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We have one of the largest inventories in our area for both new and pre-owned vehicles, so we're sure to have something for everyone. Family owned and operated since 1982, customer satisfaction is our number one priority. Come see our full lineup of vehicles and find the one that best fits you. Give us a call today, 678-726-5739, or shop us 24/7 online at allenvigilford.net. There's nothing better than the sound of diesel in the morning, and what better place to get high horsepower diesel than the all-new 2020 Ford F-250, now with 475 horsepower and over 1,000 foot-pound of torque. You know where to get it? From me, the minister, Jonathan Simmons at Allen Vigil Ford Commercial Sales. Because you know why? I'm the commercial truck guy in the shirt and tie. Yeah, so check us out, guys. If you need a vehicle, please, ma'am, please, sir, if you do, come see me. We want to give a big shout out to Allen Vigil Ford in Lincoln. They are a proud sponsor and supporter of high school football. Matter of fact, they enabled us to do the live stream broadcast from Tara Stadium. For those of you who don't know, we are the official live stream broadcast from all the high school football games at Tara Stadium. So again, check us out as we're there. Well, let's shift gears here. Tyrone, normally we bring you in to talk football, but you know, you are our community spotlight this week, and we want you to talk to us a little bit about some of the things that you have got going on off the field, including a big event that you were part of this past weekend.
Can I say one thing before he starts?
Yes.
Sure. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Tyrone, I just want to tell you, thank you, first of all, for always coming on the show, but the jewels and the information that you give to our youth, oh my goodness, it's just, I really wish every athlete could listen to you, not just the ones in high school and college, but even the professional ones. You truly speak so much knowledge. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate you, because I can see the type of person that you are. And it's just awesome to see. So I just want to put my hat off to you and thank you, because I love whenever you speak, just the so many things in what you say, but it has so much meaning. And it's not just about sports, it's about life and how to teach people just how to be great people, because that's what we're on earth to do, is to be great people, not great athletes. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Tree. I praise God and give God the glory. Thank you. Like, you know, I've always told people a great teacher was once a great student. You know, sometimes life teaches us, you know, how to be great teachers. And it's all about what you can retain as you go through, because guess what? We all going to go through it. Life doesn't change. The circle is a circle. It's just a color. When I was coming through, the circle was green. Now my kids come through, the circle is blue. Don't let the color distract you. It's still a circle. So you just learn the principles and you'll be good. But thank you, Tree. Praise God. Thank you for that.
Amen. Always good. Your Bible tell you, amen, give kudos to kudos are due. And sometimes we don't do that. We wait around and, you know, don't tell people. So Tree, yeah, we appreciate you for letting Tyrone know, because
Yes.
yeah, because you saw how those young men reacted. Matter of fact, even the community of people that were watching, you know, they were certainly impressed of the information you're giving their children. You talking to their kids. So good stuff.
Yeah. And it speaks volumes to me too, because you hear so many different athletes talk about the difference between confident and cocky. And what I always tell people, because when I play, I'm very confident, but it's also because I work very hard. So people don't see all of the work that I would put in the gym and the weight room. And so whenever we did play, my teammates would laugh, because I would always joke when someone asked, well, who are you guys about to play? I would always say the losers, because I knew we were going to win. But the reason I was confident was just because I believed in myself. Yes. And I knew how much hard work that I put in, as well as my teammates, to get the victory. And so that's the reason that we won most of the time. We rarely lost, you know, but when you just spoke, it was just like, yes, because when you prepare and when you are passionate, then you will work those long hours in the gym to prepare. And that's the thing that a lot of people miss. That preparation is what gets you ready for the games. You can't just do your 2 or 3 hour practice and then think that you're good. You have to put in more time than what is needed for the team and do your own personal work. And that's what makes you confident, I think, with sports. So every time you speak, I'm just always just loving and listening to every word, because it really does speak volumes. And again, everybody needs to hear what you say.
Thank you, Tree. Again, thank you. Praise God. Thank you. Thank you.
So, brother, talk to us a little bit about, I think you were involved in an event on Sunday. So talk to us a little bit about that, and also give us an update of what you're doing with some of your own nonprofit groups as well.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. But we are launching we developed Tara Towns. She is the visionary of the Bullying Buddy app. And, you know, bullying, not only for the youth, but you know, the elderly, the college age, adult age, you know, you got corporate bullying, you know, is trafficking. But the first app launch that we did was this past weekend, and this one was for the Bullion Buddy app. And this app covers basically K through 12. Again, there's so many things that happen to our youth, cyber, sexual bullying, cyberbullying, just physical bullying, and they go unnoticed because most kids don't want to talk about it. And sometimes the bully even says, hey, if you talk about this, then I'm going to do even worse to you. So what we've done, we've created an app, and everybody is just blown away by it. I tell people it's the next Facebook. It's the next Facebook. I mean, that's how big it's going to be, and that's how much retention we are getting from it. And people want to jump on board. So this is going to be a game changer, and it's an app that you can download to your phone. It actually records. Is the back end is what really separates us from all these other apps that are out there. And sometimes it's the old saying, you let the first person go through, and then everybody else gets an opportunity to see what not to do or what to do. So we've had the opportunity to develop something that basically is just going to change the landscape of kids, and it's going to give them the power back to have a voice so they can feel comfortable and live a life where they can maximize. So it was a great event. We got state representatives, administrators, superintendents that are involved. And we're going to take it to the NFL, the NBA, all sports, hockey, baseball, football. Just to say about football, they have what they call breast cancer month. Well, we're going to have Bullion Buddy month. So, this is something that basically, like I said, it extends itself to so many genres and just avenues of where this can really, really help. So if people want to learn more about this app, you can go to bullionbuddy.world, bullionbuddy.world, and you can see it comes with a curriculum. Most apps don't have a curriculum. We got a curriculum, and it is a empathy-based curriculum. So not only is it going to help the victim, but we're going to help the bully. We're going to help the bully, because if we can change the mindset of people, man, just think what kind of world we will have, people just respecting other people. So this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful app. Again, bullionbuddy.world. That's why we named it .world.
Okay.
This thing is humongous. It's enormous.
It says Bullion Buddy. So I'll try to get that up on so you guys can see it at some point. And we want to definitely do that. And now how'd you get kind of involved with this? I know you do a lot of different things. What brought this to your attention?
Oh man, it's like, when they say, boy, when God said he'll give you houses that you did not build and vineyards you did not plant, all you got to do is just be who you are, and people recognize it, they see it. And basically that's how it dropped into my lap, so to speak. But when we did the lunch, I kind of gave a story about how I believe that I am a change agent. I'm like a change agent, meaning like everywhere that I've been, whether I was little or even to this present day, I feel like I have left whatever it is I was a part of better, or, I've done whatever God had commanded me to do. So when I was young, I told him the story about when I was in the 4th grade, and I hadn't always been a nice person, should I say, but I wasn't a bad person either. So let's not say that. But the story I gave them, I had a friend that he wasn't as athletic. And most of the time when you're in your communities, your neighborhood, the most athletic person or people gonna get the most respect. People not gonna mess with people who they know are athletic or you got muscles or whatever. They're gonna stay away from you. But the kids that tend to be the quietest, the kids that don't have anything going for them, those are the ones that people pick on. So there was a friend of mine that I took it upon myself, so to speak, that I would try to protect him. So I got kicked off the bus, and this is why I say I wasn't always a good kid, but I was, I wasn't a bad kid either. But I got kicked off the bus for like maybe a couple of days or a week or so, and so to help him when he got off the bus to make sure he was protected, as soon as the bell would ring, I started jogging and running to beat the bus to my bus stop, which was about 6 miles from the school. So maybe that's how I kind of developed a little bit of my athletic ability, but that's how it kind of fits in a little bit. You know, everybody has a little bit of history that, you know, I call it the serum is made from the venom. You know, a snake bite. When they give you that snake, a snake venom, it is made from a snake. The flu, they give you the flu. So the serum is made from the venom, and we all got things that we do that we went through that we're helping other people right now. If we were to look at it, we see something in our past where we overcame it, and we want other people to overcome it as well. So, but it's a wonderful cause, man. This thing is going to be humongous, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
All right, for those of you listening on WIGO 1570, we know it's a 9 o'clock hour, so we're going to say we do each and every week. God bless you, and have a great day. Well, Tyrone, like you said, man, we always appreciate the stuff that you've been doing, and good to see that the Lord has given you an even broader platform to reach more people. I'll pop it up right here. You can follow Tyrone anywhere at Tyrone Poole 38, and we'll let him tell you that again before he gets off the air. But again, follow him right there at Tyrone Poole 38. Kudos to you, man, for, you know, just keeping it real in the community and doing some great stuff. All right. Well, you know, when you come on, and sometimes Mr. Ledbetter comes on, it stirs the pot for those who are interested in talking about the NFL. So on Facebook right now, because, you know, sometimes we've had some problems getting him on the air. So he said, no problem. I will at least write my comments on Facebook. The guy we know as Mr. Football, Vincent Turner, has been firing away on Facebook. Of course, he likes to pick at Miss Dolman. So the first thing he said when he came on Facebook was, Michigan is overrated. That's the first thing that he has said when he's come on, that Michigan's overrated. And then he also has a shout out to Mr. Poole. He says the 615 is in the house. Tennessee State, Eddie George. The 66 Tennessee State with Eldridge Dickey, the greatest team ever, 22 players in all drafted from that team. Mr. Football, of course, being a historian, and he says, party time throughout Tennessee, the 901, the 615, and the 865. So he's excited about the contribution of Tennessee football, no doubt. Speaking of football, I know both of you have been, you know, kind of watching as we get closer and closer to the draft. So I always ask Ms. Dolman first, has anything changed? I know you're a big plug on best athlete available and leaning towards defense. Still on that same vein?
I am, but I also heard that they may be bringing in a good tight end. So if that happens, we need to bring in somebody that is really going to get the fan base going here in Atlanta. That is what the Falcons need. We also need to fill up some spots where we can make great plays happen, because we need to start getting some W's on the board. So whatever they need to do, I'm happy with that. There's been a rumor out there that they're thinking about trading down a couple of spots. So we'll see. I just think that we need to take the best player at whatever position we're in. And we definitely need to make a turnaround with the Atlanta Falcons and get the stadium going like we used to have the Georgia Dome, where it was just on fire and super loud. And that's why I love their saying, defend the dome. And that's why they have so many wins at home, because there was nothing like playing in the dome. So we need to get Mercedes-Benz Stadium that same way.
Mr. Poole, what are your thoughts here about the Falcons? I know last week we talked about it. You talked about the idea of the team needing to move down and possibly get more picks. Is that still your mindset, or during the week things have changed?
Well, no, I've actually been reading, you know, it's getting close to draft time, and you begin to read things that could happen, but don't nobody really know. That's why people coming up with all these mock 1, 2, 3, 4, draft scenarios. But I did hear where there's a draft, where a mock draft, where they're saying that the Patriots would trade with the Falcons, like trade spots, so to speak, first round picks. But you never know. Again, I think they should try to get the most value, the bang for the buck, if they feel like they can get through this year. Because remember, the coach coming in, he wants to bring in his players. Okay, so that's going to be a shifting of the if you can just, hey, we're just going to let everybody play this year. We're going to evaluate and see who we want to retain and who we're going to let go. So why not go ahead and get all those picks as much as you can to build for the future of the team that you want. Now, of course, I think the Falcons are a team that's ready to win right now, just missing a couple of pieces. I think, like Tree said, that tight end, if you give Matt Ryan that little cover like he had with Antonio Gonzalez, I think Matt Ryan becomes a very, very good quarterback. And Matt Ryan will get an opportunity to go into the Hall of Fame. So I know y'all probably don't like Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan got some numbers out there. And give him a running back. And I think the Falcons can do something. Or maybe you consider trading Julio and see who would take on his salary. But I think there are a lot of options there for the Falcons.
No doubt about it. Everybody's looking around at what this team should do, what they could do. One of the guys that has been bantered about is this young man right here, the big offensive lineman from Oregon, Penei Sewell. People thinking that he could be, a guy like, and you
it says mute.
My mic unplugged. Yeah, so a lot of people are thinking that, hey, we should get a guy like this because he could be like a Jonathan Ogden or Anthony Munoz. You'll have to look that up. He was a great lineman from the Cincinnati Bengals. And that if they could get a guy like this and then maybe in the later rounds pick up a dynamic offensive player that Matt Ryan does have enough in the tank, that Julio may have at least 1 or 2 more good years left. And, of course, Calvin Ridley is, it's ironic, Tyrone, when you look at the Falcons, it's like a lot of times you watch him, it's like deja vu all over again. Because what I point out to people when they first drafted Calvin Ridley, when the Falcons drafted him, Julio Jones was within age-wise months of the age that Roddy White was when the Falcons drafted him. And the same kind of thing came in. I mean, Roddy and it's funny because Roddy had one of his best years that first year when Julio came. And then after that, it was like it became the Julio show. And no disrespect to Julio, he's been a giant these last 3 years, but the touchdown machine really has been Calvin Ridley.
Well, definitely. That's how it goes. You got a veteran, you got a rookie. It's always a changing of the guard, and that's why they always bring back veteran players. If you got a veteran player on any team that's a free agent, he becomes a free agent. Teams realize that you got to have that mixture, veterans to teach the rookies, and they basically give that rookie all of their knowledge because, let's face it, physically, the veteran still can do a few things, but that rookie has less wear and tear on their tires. So let's give all that wisdom to the rookie, help him grow up fast so he can help us win fast. And so, guess what? It's going to happen to Calvin Ridley. He's going to get to the point, again, like I said, it's like a circle, the circle doesn't change. The color may change. So now it's Julio's time. Well, guess what? That circle going to change to where it's going to be Calvin Ridley's time. And he's going to find himself facing and looking at that exit sign.
Hold on a second. I think we have an arrival of a special guest that comes on usually about this time. We're going to go to Tree. And Tree, do we have a special guest? Oh, I see that. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, Sparkle. Sparkle said, I want to be on TV too, mommy.
Sparkle.
Yeah, Sparkle likes to pop in about this time, Tyrone. She knows she about ready to get, her master off the air. So right about the right there, it's after 9 o'clock. Sparkle like, hello, I'm here. So yeah, no doubt. I mean, you look at this team; they do have a lot of holes. You point out the fact they might, in fact, try to trade down with the Patriots. The Patriots clearly are looking for a new quarterback. They have Cam signed for this year. I think they looked at him from the opening bell as being kind of a bridge quarterback so they could get the quarterback of the future. There's also some talk that they might engage with some talks with the 49ers to bring back Jimmy Garoppolo, especially if the 49ers do what we think they're going to do, which is to draft Justin Fields from out of Ohio State.
I don't know about that Garoppolo back to the Patriots. The reason why I say that is I think they're trying to get into a more athletic quarterback type of system. So that'll be a very interesting trade because Cam they see the changing of the guard. Now you still can win with a pocket quarterback, somebody who sits in the pocket, but I think they've seen what they can do with the athletic quarterback. So that'll be interesting to see if Garoppolo goes back to New England. But hey, it's the NFL; anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. And everybody is saying now that really this whole draft kind of, I don't want to say hinges on the Falcon, but everybody's going to kind of see because they think that the first 3 picks, that everybody's going to go quarterback. That, Jacksonville obviously is going to go with the young man out of Clemson. Right. And they figure that they're going to pick the young man of Utah in the second spot. And then I'm going to say it right here. There's no way Falcons fans forget about it. There's no way that Frisco traded up to draft Mac Jones from Alabama. So I don't know why the NFL keeps making Falcons fans feel good. That happening. This is Shanahan poking Atlanta fans in the eye one more time.
Well, I heard that the Miami Dolphins may actually try to get the 4th pick.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a lot of people like, Tyrone, I mean, you like you said, it doesn't matter where you go to school. A lot of people really like Trey Lance out of North Dakota State. The guy's got a big arm. I mean, he's a mobile quarterback. He can run. He can make every throw. And like you said, if you want to stretch the field, this guy can throw the ball 70 yards on a line.
Yeah, he can. Again, he's coming from a good system. And in the NFL, I know it's all about how mentally prepared you are. Physically, they know you can do it. That's why they're considering you. The key is going to be the mentality. Can you grab onto the game? And Carson Wentz came from that same system. He had a pretty good rookie year till he got injured, so to speak. And then you start this, mentally, physically. But if you come into the game, you mentally catch on to what they're doing. They already know you can do it physically. So, I think he has a great opportunity.
Yeah, and listen, now as strange as it sounds, I mean, the Falcons could draft him. They could do it. I mean, they again, we know it's all smoke screen, Tyrone. You've been through this. Guys go up there and we looking at this guy. But I mean, the fact remains that he ran an offense that is similar to Arthur Smith's offense. The Falcons like him. Most of the pro scouts like him. So, Falcons fans, don't be shocked. If, Falcons take Trey Lance at number 4, I would be shocked. But, yeah, I look at this team. This team it's tough when you have a team that's kind of like this. They're really not that far away from being a playoff contending team. But then if you don't fix the holes the right way, then you are. So they're in kind of that weird, like never land where this draft really could make or break this team, not only for this year, but really for the next few years to come.
Yeah, I think you got to find Matt Ryan's successor because he's not going to play too many more years. I don't know what his workout habits are, but if he's in the weight room lifting and doing yoga and all that stuff, getting cryotherapy, but eventually you got to replace Matt Ryan if you want to keep the train rolling. So like you said, I agree with you, Minister. Don't be surprised if you see the Falcons get a quarterback. There's nothing wrong with that. They just thinking to the future.
No doubt. But like I said, I know that from doing the show week after week, if you watch the Queen's face, when we talking offense, she looked like real, like I don't care nothing about that. I mean, she looked like
that's not true. I like offense too. I really do.
But again, the thing, I guess the problem is this year, outside Tyrone, from what we've seen from like the defensive back position, in years past, they always had to seem that 1 or 2 dominant edge rushers. And there's really no guy that leaps off the page like that. There's no Jadeveon Clowney. There's none of the Bosa brothers. Nobody that you say, hey, you know what? This is a guy. If we got a top 5 pick, we're going to pick him. I think that's why a lot of people are like, well, if we can't get a guy like that, then, we might as well go offense. Let's go back to social media here again. And we got a good friend of mine. He's the pastor of the church, Fresh Bread Christian Ministries, Pastor Fagan. He says the Falcons are going to take Kyle Pitts, the tight end, if they don't take a quarterback.
I know he's a very athletic guy, but again, if you got Matt Ryan at quarterback, okay, the only way I see the Falcons taking Pitts is if Coach Smith is going to change the complexity of their offense to where he can institute him as a slot receiver, so to speak, or put him out there on the corner, the number one receiver, and let him go one-on-one against safeties. But again, what I see what the Falcons have right now, I think with Matt Ryan, if they get a tight end that can not only block, pass block, run block, but also can run routes. And that's kind of like what Tony Gonzalez was. He could block, he also could run routes. I don't know if Pitts can really be that tackle, that tight end that you could put him right beside that tackle and say, okay, we need for you to block, because the reports that I read on him a little bit, he's been out-muscled by, certain defensive players. So, I think he's I would put him in the category of a Shannon Sharp, all those Shannon Sharp, maybe Antonio Gates, but he's more athletic than those guys. But he's not that guy that if you tell him to crush that middle linebacker or block this defensive end, I don't think he's that guy.
No, and everybody said the same thing. As a matter of fact, they talked about his frame being kind of slender for being that type of block. I mean, he's 6'6", but that 260 is lean 260. I mean, he's not like a Gronk or anything like that. Now, Pastor Fagan said, what about Kwity Paye, the big lineman? See, the problem is that he's not a top 5 guy from what most people are saying. So, are you going to move back and hope you can find him at a 9 or 10? And if so, is that really the guy you want to be your first pick in this draft? I know Ms. Dolman says, hey, I'm all down for a lineman.
Yeah, but we need somebody who's great, and we need somebody who's going to be a game changer, especially if you're drafting in the first round. We have high expectations for that person, so it should not be somebody where it's like, oh, yeah, we could. No, you want somebody that it's like, we want this person. We hope they're still available. That's who we need to draft in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I understand everything about Kyle Pitts. Everybody's saying about him being a generational player. I guess I don't know to say it's 8. There's only a handful of athletes that I've seen been able to talk the talk and walk the walk. Is not too many people can actually do that at the highest level. I mean, you got a handful of guys, and especially when you start talking playing football, Tyrone, guys they'll close your mouth real quick. If you do all that talking and you get on that field, they'll find out really quickly. And so when you have a guy that comes out like Kyle Pitts and says, I think I can be the greatest tight end ever. I mean, you got guys playing in the league right now that he might not be better than, with Travis Kelce and George Kittle. I mean, both of these guys, I mean, how many receptions did Kelce have last year? 125 or some crazy number like that? I mean, come on now.
He had a lot of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I know last time the Falcons had a guy come in talking a lot. When we saw that ended up, with Tack McKinley. Find me later. I'm playing for my grandmother. Yeah, well, how'd that work out? Yeah, so
I always think it's best to let your plane do the talking for you. That's just always been my philosophy. I've never been one to talk junk or, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I may think it in my head, but I'm not going to tell everybody else what I'm thinking. But I always just let my plane do the talking and speak for itself.
I always thought Jerry Rice did a great job of that, where he didn't talk. I'm like, no matter how much, and when I was with Carolina, we had to play the 49ers like twice a year, just like we played the Falcons twice a year. Until the 49ers moved, they redesigned.
We did the divisions, yep. Mm-hmm.
The divisions. The 49ers used to be the 49ers, the Falcons, the Saints, the Panthers. So Jerry didn't say anything. We tried to get into his head, talk to him. All Jerry did was had a referee putting his hands up like that, touchdown. You're like, man, look, after a while, you're like, man, look at here. Don't even talk to that dude no more, because it seemed like we making it worse for ourselves when we talk to him. So,
well, Pastor Fagan, I mean, even though he's a pastor, he says, are there any defensive players who will knock your teeth out? Pastor? You're talking about knocking some teeth out. What's up with that? And Tom from on YouTube says the Falcons have to trade down. I mean, and that's what a lot of people are talking about. You know, they have, as we talked about, a lot of different holes. But I don't know, man. The weird thing is when I look at some of the moves they've made, it does look like deja vu all over again, because when they brought Matt Ryan in 2008, and then they developed that team that finally went to, if you remember, over the next 4 years, twice they were the number one seed in the NFC. And then finally in that fourth year, they went to an NFC championship game. And when I look at the fact they're bringing in, again, you can't match up Mike Davis with Mike Turner, because Turner the Burner, that was a bad boy. So I don't want to put Davis on that same level, but it seemed the way they're building this team, especially if you talk about drafting a Kyle Pitts. Well, these are the kind of moves they did back then. They brought in a running back that they could rely on to get key yardage. They brought in a tight end that basically nobody could stop. If you absolutely had to get a catch, you threw it to Tony Gonzalez, or you had the option of throwing to Julio, and you guarantee that they were going to get what you needed. And so when I look at them doing this type of stuff, it kind of reminds me of that same vibe from a few years back.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think, there's a blueprint to winning. I think there's a path you have to follow, and you got to football now is built from the outside in, just with the rules alone. It used to be, and it still is, football. You got to run the ball. You got to stop the run. But the rules are making it to where you want to build your team from the outside in. And what I mean by that is you want to get receivers. It's a passing league. Truly now is a passing league. And that's why I say they should put asterisks beside any passing record that they put up right now. They should have before the rule and after the rule records.
See, that's said by a true defensive back. Let's go back to social media. Pastor Fagan saying, first of all, Tyrone, thanks to you for representing Fort Valley State University. Yes, sir. Todd talks about new coach of the Falcons said that Matt Ryan's the future for at least 2 more years. What do you? Tree Dolman started laughing.
No,
all right, Miss Dolman.
I'm laughing because he put after that he put say what?
What do you think? I mean, do you think, I'm gonna go to you, Tree, first, as we're getting close here, about 10 minutes left. Do you think that Ryan can really still carry this game through the length of his contract, which I think technically ends in 2022 or 2023?
I think he can. I think Matt Ryan is actually a good quarterback. The only thing that concerns me is when I was looking at his stats, it just seems as though he keeps going higher and higher up the list. As far, I think last year he ranked 16th in the league for quarterbacks. So as far as talent, he does have talent, and that could just be because he needs more people that he can throw to, more people that he can actually run an offense through. So I do believe that he will be able to be the quarterback for at least another 2 years. I think there's no problem with that. They just need to build around him. And I also agree that with Tyrone, that they also need to bring in his successor so that he can start training the rookie and get him ready for when he is done. But yes, I do think that he can lead this team for another 2 years.
Well, again, there it is. Pastor Fagan, he's a big shout out for Fort Valley State. He can't agree with the whole Matt being a leader. And we got a breaking news. Todd on YouTube is actually affiliate man from.
Yay! Affiliate man.
Can I tell you guys something I found out? All right, remember we did that great thing. This is our final broadcast on Periscope. Look here. I went back on Periscope. They're still broadcasting. So I put the show back on there. They haven't cut that off. They're still broadcasting on Periscope right now. So that's it. I'm back on there until they actually stop and block my my broadcast. Yeah, because people still watching. They're on there. All right, let's go one more time to Fagan. He said trash yards. He's had some of the best receivers to pop those yards. Tyrone, you want to answer that one first, brother? I mean, a lot of people say that Ryan's numbers are based on the fact that he had, a Tony Gonzalez for a couple of years. He's had a Roddy White, and at one point had Roddy White, Gonzalez, and in fact Julio. And of course, he's had Julio his whole career. What do you say to that?
Well, again, regardless, Matt Ryan still has to throw the ball. Now, if it was so easy that the receivers, the tight ends make a person, then why even have a quarterback? put anybody back there. So Matt, look at his numbers. Matt numbers, man, are up there. They are up there. So yes, it helps when you have an athletic team, athletic players. But Matt Ryan has done the job. It's just quarterbacks, unfortunately, are measured by Super Bowls. And take away the fact that Matt didn't win those Super Bowls, and if you just looked at his numbers, you would say that Matt Ryan is a high caliber quarterback.
Tree?
I agree. I hear so many people saying, oh, they need to get rid of Matt Ryan. I think he's a good quarterback. He does his job. I just think he needs help.
Well, affiliate man, a.k.a. Todd, says, please, y'all, let's close the Super Bowl nightmare. Let Ryan and Julio go, man. Okay. All right. Well, let me just say this. Okay, I was not at the game, but I was in the city of Houston for the Super Bowl. I was there, and I went to one of I think they had about a half a dozen designated Falcons watch parties. So I went to a place, I think it was called the, Lord have mercy, I can't even think of it right now, but it was basically very similar to, for those of you living in the Atlanta area, it's very similar to 595 North. It was in a converted warehouse, but this place was like triple that size. It was 3 stories. They had 2 jumbotrons like they have in Sports Social up there in by where the Braves play, and there were approximately 1,200 people in that sports bar. It was just incredible. And I can remember when the Falcons got the ball, I think that third time, and they started looking like the Falcons did against everybody that year. They just matriculated the ball down the field, and, when they went in the end zone, then they scored again. I was like, oh, snap. The Falcons about to win this game. And then when they got the pick 6 and Brady dove like Superman and missed, I said, that's going to be on the front cover of Sports Illustrated. The dynasty is over.
Yeah.
And so we can get mad. And I can tell people, don't get me wrong. There was a lot to get mad at Matt Ryan about. I did the same thing. I got very frustrated. He had some key pickoffs, especially early in his career. But that Super Bowl year, there's really very little you can say about his play. I know people say, oh, he should have audibled on that last play for a run. Look here. That's all season long, the guy ran the plays that were called for the most part. The Falcons.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, finish. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, not just that, you can't get upset at Matt Ryan. Defenses, they did not do their job. Regardless of what happened with the offense, had defense played defense, the Atlanta Falcons would have won the Super Bowl. So let's put the blame on where the blame lies, and that was the defense.
What's the old saying? It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. So defense got to play too. That's why they say football, special teams, offense, and defense. So it ain't just one.
That's right.
That's where they go back to social media as we get here. About 2 minutes left to go. Mr. Football says, what about Michael Vick, who took the roof off the dome? And Daniel Fagan said, please don't remind us of 28-3 anymore. Okay, I'm going to say 2 things on that, and then we're going to wrap it up. Number one, most people have bad memory when it comes to Michael Vick. Now, don't get me wrong. When you watch them highlights, man, it's crazy. He did stuff. No disrespect to Lamar Jackson. Michael Vick did stuff to this day I ain't seen nobody do. Just ridiculous, crazy stuff. And it was must-see TV anytime you went to the Dome. There's no doubt about it. But there were times in the last 2 years of Mike's play that people right here in Atlanta were asking for Matt Schaub because Mike, especially when they brought in, if you remember when they brought in the young head coach, his dad was a great coach, Jim Moore. Jim Moore tries to institute a West Coast offense around a team that had a running quarterback. Mike hated it. He said, I never read the playbook. And basically, that offense was geared for Matt Schaub. When Schaub came in on offense, it was lickety-click. So people forget that. And number 2, I go back and say the same thing. If the Falcons made not 10, not 6, not 5, not 4, if they had made one more play, nobody be talking about how bad Matt is. They be talking about he's a future Hall of Famer. Why? Because every quarterback that was an MVP of the season and won a Super Bowl, they end up in the Hall of Fame. And Matt's numbers all you've been talking about was the greatest throw and catch in Super Bowl history would have been with Matt Ryan, not in the pocket, but on a dead run, throwing a 24-yard bullet that Julio pulled down that should have ended that ball game. That would have been you. If the Falcons won that, you would have been on right now talking about one of the great plays in Super Bowl history. So as much as we get mad at this guy, the bottom line is the Falcons wasted the best years of Julio and Matt. That's really the bottom line. And one last thing from Affiliate Man, he said, Matt can't throw the ball deep anymore, not even 25 yards. Lord have mercy. All right. Well.
I disagree with that. If that was the case, he wouldn't even be in the NFL.
Yeah, come on now. Matt can throw the deep ball. It's just that he has to do something which in the NFL, Tyrone, sometimes you don't have the time to do. Matt has to hitch up for him to throw the ball deep. If you watch him, that's why a lot of times the plays take a long time. He's really got to take that 7-step drop and then heave ho. Whereas you look at these guys like Trey Lance, or you look at Justin Fields, or if you look at what's his name from Clemson, they got that flick of the wrist, but that ball 50, 60 yards in the air. So that is the difference. All right,
that's why they call them young guns. That's why they call them young guns.
Yes, sir. All right, we know how we do it. As we wrap up the show, we're over time now, so we got to let everybody know how they can find more about you, Tyrone Poole. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Again, I want to thank everybody for listening and watching. If you want to follow more and learn more about me, Tyrone Poole 38, all social medias. Check out my foundation, Tyrone Poole 38 foundation.org. Again, it's Tyrone Poole 38 foundation.org. Help us reform, refuel, and restore ultimate success in everybody's life and build champions in all communities.
There it is. See right there, guys. Tyrone Poole 38. That's how you can follow him. That's how you can check him out. And that's what the man is. Listen, Tyrone, until the next time, brother, we appreciate you. God bless.
God bless you guys.
The Super Bowl winner in the building. Appreciate him. And just does a great job every single week with us. And we're gonna try to convince him to hang out with us every week. But that's another.
Yeah, that would be awesome. He's just a great person. I love all of the knowledge that he imparts and just all of the positivity that he does in the community and for our youth.
It's no doubt. I know he's a busy man, so we will like I said, I'm gonna try and entice him to come on. And Todd has said he appreciates us and God bless until the next time. But you know how we do it. We still have to let the Queen go on. So, Queen, the floor is yours.
Thank you. You can find me on Instagram at It's Latresa. That's ITSLATRESA. And you can see the things that I have going on, and then also some great things coming up in the future. So stay tuned for that. Ooh, I love the purple.
I done hooked the Queen up. I got a special overlay. So you guys don't have to mess around. It is right there. You can see right there. Follow her personally at It's Latresa, and then everything she does in the pageant at Miss America International 2020. And you still have the crown till May, right?
No, I have my crown at least until September.
What?
Yes.
See, that's why we're rocking that purple, boys. That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Yes, I love it. So whenever the pageant, right now she still doesn't have a date for the next pageant, but once she does have a date, I will definitely let you know. But I'm not rushing, so I'm happy that I get to keep the crown until at least September. So I'm hoping it's at least September, like she said.
There we go. Everybody, again, we appreciate you. Of course, you know how you can find me. You can follow me anywhere on social media. First of all, let me let you so we can follow the show. You can follow the show at Real Talk Sports 7. That's how we are anywhere on social media. Again, we appreciate you for checking us out. You also can follow me personally at Minister J Sim, and you also can follow the show. Please go to the YouTube page and go ahead and like the page. Boom. Subscribe, and also hit the bell, because that will give you the ability to know whenever we go on the air, because every now and then we're going to start to do pop-up shows. All right, guys, you know I'm a real live minister, so before I get off the air, I want to encourage you, please, man, please, sir, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, get to know him today. Why? Because absolutely nobody loves you like Jesus, not your mom, not your grandmom, not auntie and them, nobody. And why? Because he loves you. And number two, he came on this earth and died for you so that your sins can be forgiven, that you can go to heaven, a happy place, and avoid that terrible place. Call HELL. So I don't know about you. I like option number one instead of option number two. All right. Listen, guys, we appreciate you. And until the next time, God bless you and have a great night. So long.